Here we go. Second night of a back-to-back for these New York Knicks. Going to Indiana, the land of the Hicks. Tough matchup of the rubber match. You know, both teams winning one apiece. But from the opening tip, this Knicks team just had no energy, man. I just did not like how this team looked from the jump. Just allowing these Pacers free will, free reign into the paint. And Pacers jumped out to an early lead and just never looked back, man. This Knicks team just had no energy. And most importantly, just defense, man. Defense just got absolutely shredded. Chris Duarte, the Knicks target in the draft, went off, absolutely crushed them. Every Knicks player who played prominent minutes in this lineup was a minus on the plus-minus night. Plus-minus line. And that's all she wrote, man. Knicks go down to the Pacers 122 to 102. Now going 12-13 on the campaign. Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped, CP the franchise, CK2K, and the return. They were looking for you.
I heard.
Thought you quit. The questions. I had to get so much questions. Where is she at? I had to go to Hollywood just to bring her back. I had to text her just to say, hey, did you forget about us?
Never that, guys. Never that.
Back in the fold, Ashley Nicole Moss. Ash, welcome back. Terrible that you back on a loss.
I know.
Right. Yeah, man. You know, like I said, this is a quick one for me. It's defense first. And they just got absolutely cooked. My guy Fournier's looking crazy out there. No energy, no intensity. You know, the coach keeps asking, we need intensity, we need energy, and it's just not there night in, night out. Duarte goes off. No perimeter contained. 60 points in the paint. They allowed 54 points in the paint last night to the Spurs. 60 tonight against the Pacers. Pacers shoot over 50% from the field. Just no answers on the defensive end. Give me your thoughts on the game tonight.
Go ahead, Ash.
Yeah, I mean, look, offensively, if you look at the numbers, especially in the first half, it wasn't terrible, but you can't go ahead. And I think some of the things that stand out to me is there's only one lead change in this entire game, which means that the Pacers really controlled the pace of the entire game. No pun intended there. But look, you can't get back into a game when you fall deep into a deficit without playing defense. And it's concerning how far this Knicks team is removed from the identity that they had last season. Obviously, we talk about this all the time. When they offensively got better, we expected the defense to kind of slip a little bit, but this is a drastic decline. I mean, to allow a team to put up 70 points on you in the first half is just unexcusable. And it's such a far cry from the team that we saw last season. Again, offensively, not terrible. I mean, if you look at the numbers, points in the paint, 3-point percentage, field goals, there's a lot of similarities. And even if there were differences, they were so minuscule that you can't really say that is that's what made or broke the game. It's the defense or the lack thereof. It's just not being able to commit. It's not committing to the defense when you have it there. Julius Randle, you can't put this on him. 18 points from him in the first half. I mean, he was out there doing everything that he could do. But again, your defense is your best offense, but your offense is not clicking. Defense always travels on the road with you. And the Knicks abandoned that tonight. And, the score showcases that. Simple as that.
70 points in the first half, CK, 70 points. I mean, look, this is a Pacer team. Their backs are against the wall. They're getting called out. They're putting players on the chopping block. They played with pride tonight. But, the key words that this coach keeps coming out with when we come out with these duds is energy and intensity. Where is it? Where is it, bro?
On the bench. I feel like, it was another weird night. Look, I ain't gonna point fingers and players and this, that, and the third. From the jump, after the game that we had last night, no Nerlens Noel. We knew that was gonna be and then he decided to go with Taj Gibson, the starting lineup, and no Mitchell Robinson. The minutes were all over the place, but actually hit the nail on the head. There's just no defense, no effort. And it's not even like the team looked like they were gassed because they played a game the night before. They didn't look gassed. We just looked bad. We just looked like the team that was, in fact, 10-16 coming into this game, not the team that was at 512 and 12, now 12-13. Yeah, we can talk about Fournier's defense and shot selection. We can talk with this, then, it don't matter what it is. We just don't look like we wanted to win this game. The most entertained I was into the entire night were those final 2 minutes when we got to see the young guys go out there, and they're the only ones that had a plus in the plus minus column in that few little minutes that they played. There's sums up to play the game. I understand it's the Spurs, but to play the game that we had yesterday on both sides, defensively and offensively, playing quick, all kinds of stuff. I mean, you can say it's the Spurs. We can't use that excuse no more. This team was 10-16 going into this. So this game should have been the same thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? We should be going into this one expecting to win too. So I don't want to hear that's the Spurs. This ain't the Spurs. No, this is one of those games that we should have been coming in here and playing with a lot more effort. And in that third quarter, we only put up 19 points. Thank God for RJ Barrett in that third damn quarter, because we were looking terrible. So there's a lot of things going on. I can't put this on one player. The entire team was terrible. Rotations were weird. It was a rough one, man.
Listen, you are what your record says you are, right? And right now, this record says that this team is not a very good one. And again, it's concerning because through a course of a season, especially 82 games, you're going to have a lot of ups and downs, right? You're going to have, injuries. You're going to have games where you're not clicking. You're going to have some bad road trips. But I think at the foundation of any team, you want to see a level of consistency. To be so up and down that the Knicks are, to have a game like we had last night against the Spurs, and to look this bad against the Pacers, and then to, look towards the future. I mean, even if you look at the past, we've had a lot of this up and down play all season. It's very hard to establish an identity. It's very hard to establish continuity. You don't know when a team plays like this. I don't care how you want to say it, how you want to slice it. A team that plays like this does not know who they are. And this team does not know who they are. Yeah. It's as simple as that.
Still soul searching, man. Still soul searching. As you said, CK, RJ did start the game off well, cooled off early in the first half. Third quarter, he had it going. I think he had about 11 points in the third quarter, so he definitely had it going there. That was encouraging. I like what D-Rose gave us. I thought he really tried to settle us down, especially in the second quarter, and really run the offense. I thought he did that well. With Randall, it seems like he's taking this thing with Sabonis personally, man. Every time they match up, he's going a lot harder, but I kind of feel like it was, again, a Jekyll and Hyde thing, because last night he's deferring. He's getting everybody involved, getting everybody in a rhythm. And then tonight, from the jump, he's trying to shoot the fair one with Sabonis every possession. So I didn't really like his shot selection too much. But, again, highlight of the night was the Obi between the legs dunk. And that was pretty much it. And, again, with this coach searching for energy and intensity on a night when you lose Noel, what else is new? The big man carousel continues. Right. And Taj is my guy. But if I'm looking for energy, you might as well just start Obi at this point.
I'm saying.
You might as well just start Obi at this point. Taj is my guy. But if we keep talking about no intensity, no energy, and he is the personification of that. This is what he's giving you every night. Never takes a night off. Give him the keys.
Yeah.
Defense can't get any worse.
Yeah, and look, the chat always talks about this. Fans always talk about this, about trading this person, trading that person, and moving pieces around and things like that. But here's the issue with that. If you look, this is a team that is somewhat different from last season, right? We have new players, we have new pieces, but if you don't have an identity at your foundation, anybody you throw into the mix is just going to cause a different level of chaos. You need to know who you are as a team. That way, whoever you bring into the equation, you can say, look, this is who we are. This is who we need you to be. Can you do it or can you not do it? The Knicks are not in a position right now to go ahead and start rocking the boat, because anybody you bring into this equation, you may get a couple of more wins here and there, but at the foundation, this team still won't know who they are. They need to soul search. They need to figure out what kind of team are we? Are we a defensive heavy team that knows that offensively we're going to struggle, but we kill you on defense every single night? Are you a team that's 50-50? Are you a team that's going to abandon a lot of those defensive ways that got you to that 4th seed last season, and you're going to be more of an off? Who are you as a team? Who is your closer? Who is your primary ball handler? Who is the guy that you can rely on to get gritty when it comes to getting in the paint and, getting those second, third chance opportunities? What is your individual roles as a player? And what is your role as a team? Until you can figure that out, anybody you bring into this squad, it's just going to be another level of chaos. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Simple as that.
No question about it, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. CP Ashley Moore, CK2K, Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped. Abysmal loss tonight, man. Knicks lose 122 to 102. Definitely got the score wrong here on the lower third, but you guys get the point. We're going to take your phone call. 657-383-1509 is the number to call, or hit us up on the KnicksFanTV Discord. Where is, I know Julito wanted to get in. Julito had a lot to say. So we definitely got to go to Julito first. Let me see if Julito's ready on the Discord. Julito, if you're out there, definitely get ready. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. Everybody throw a hashtag PE in the chat. He says, sends a super chat to CPCK Crew salutes. Ash doing big things, keep rising stars. Simply 5-8 at home, unacceptable because we're going to get railroaded at times. 12-13 first 25. If we were 8-5 at home, we'd be 15-10. Winning home makes these games tolerable. Yeah, right now we're struggling for consistency, man. Absolutely struggling for consistency, Chuck. Definitely appreciate the super chat. Yeah, Ash was on the red carpet flexing. I seen you last night. She's over there hobnobbing with Gronk and all these people.
Yeah,
you know
Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, Ocho Cinco.
I actually have a really funny clip I'm gonna drop later in this week. Me and 2 Chainz, because he's a Hawks fan. We got into it a little bit on the red carpet, so I'm gonna drop that clip. It was really funny.
All right, yeah, definitely drop that. Shout out Carlo Hendricks sends a super chat, says the problem is Tibbs' rotations. Fournier was garbage, yet he left him in. Tosh had an off night. Why didn't Sims play? Why not play the rookies? What do we have to lose? Yeah, on a night like tonight, I was looking for Sims. I was looking for Obi a little bit more. And, Tibbs being Tibbs, man.
What is it going to take? Like, I don't understand. What else did Obi need to give us? Like, I get it, the Julius Randle thing. And we lost Nerlens. I don't care if I'm repeating what you said, but we lost Nerlens. We had the opportunity. Even if you didn't want to start him, there was moments where we had no energy. And the person that is his middle name might as well be Energy.
Facts.
Was on the bench and still only played. He barely got to 20 minutes. I think that's it was probably 19 minutes and 56 seconds probably. I don't understand what this man did to Tibbs or whoever is running rotations. I don't care. Like, I don't understand why he's not on the court. Not saying that might have turned the needle where we would have won this game, but it definitely would have changed the pace and it definitely would have pumped up some energy that this team needed. Because I just don't understand. Of all the games, this one had me scratching my head. I don't know what other green light you need.
Another inexcusable thing. Number one, they had the Pacers in the bonus early in both the second and third quarter, within like 5 and 6 minutes respectively. You had one possession where they're in the bonus, and Fournier's taking a take foul. I mean, you can't, and that's why I hate to take fouls to begin with, because I just feel like you're wasting bullets that you should be conserving, and then ultimately you putting these teams in the penalty when you play defense. You never know. A guy might miss a layup. A guy might bounce the ball 0-foot trick out of bounds or something. I don't like them take fouls where you're just giving up, fouls, and then down the road you're putting them at the line early. But for Fournier to do that, a take foul when they're already in the bonus, you're literally granting them 2 points.
I agree with the fact, that Tibbs sometimes makes questionable substitutions. Like we have this conversation a lot. So this is not, new news, but I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit. And I'm going to say to CK's point about the rotations, look, it's getting to the point where this team has so much of a lack of identity, whether it's individually or collectively, that it really, at this point, I don't think it matters how Tibbs manipulates those rotations. These guys don't know who they are. They don't know what their role is. So if you don't know what your role is with one unit, what makes you think that they'll know what their role is with another unit or another unit or another unit? It seems there's only a few guys, Obi, Quickly, D Rose, Barrett, for the most part, Julius sometimes. I mean, you can't sometimes know your role. You have to know it consistently. And I think regardless of what Tibbs does with the rotations, If you don't know who you are as a player and you don't know how to contribute with your strengths and how to go ahead and hide your weaknesses, it doesn't matter what position the coach puts you in, because you don't know how to function. It doesn't work. That's where we are at this point.
I hear that. Well, we got to get out of this politic game and use what works. You know what I mean? I understand why Fournier's in the starting lineup and why he has to play, because he's the high-paid guy.
He's killing us,
I understand that, but we got to use what works.
He's killing us, man.
That's a part of finding that identity, because you're 100% on the nail on the head. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
But the point of the matter is, it's because of those politics that we cannot get to that point where we play the guys that make sense, that will possibly give us that identity. We all know that if Grimes is on the court, and that's just a small example, the defense is at least going to be there. Even if his shot don't hit, you know the defense is going to be there for us on the perimeter. But whose minutes are you taking away? You can't take away Fournier's minutes because he has to start for us. You know, Burks, this, that, and the third. IQ, like they are playing it by the contracts. They're playing it by the politics, and that's what's getting in the way of all this stuff. The whole Obi Toppin thing, outside of tonight, he's not getting those minutes because
I agree.
You got to make sure Julius got to play. So I'm just saying that's what's getting in the way of us finding that identity, is because we're too busy trying to make sure everybody's happy because their contractual agreement or because of their year in the league and stuff like that. And I think that's what's getting in the way of us finding that identity.
I agree. Listen, politics play a part in every single NBA team. It's not just solely the New York Knicks. It's not solely happening in New York. It is what it is. When you are a star player on a team, when you're making the big bucks, you get certain privileges that other guys don't. You get certain leeways that other guys don't. So we're not going to go ahead and expect Tibbs, although in a fantasy world, that's what we would like. We're not going to expect Tibbs to go ahead and just recreate the business model of the NBA. I don't expect it. But what I do expect is for this team individually to know who they are, and that way you can be a team. Because right now they just look like a bunch of guys hooping out there. They don't look like a team. They look like a bunch of guys who got together in a pickup game at the park and was like, yo, let's hoop, let's play together. There's no camaraderie. There's no continuity. There's no type of gel between them. They just look like a bunch of guys who can play basketball and are playing together, but it doesn't look like a team. And until you figure out why you don't look like a team this year, and you did look like a team last year, Tibbs can flip the team upside down. And I guarantee 8 times out of 10, you are going to end up in the exact same situation because they do not know who they are.
Let's get to the phones. Julito on the Discord. Julito, I know you've been itching to get in, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's get it. First off, shout out CP, shout out CK. Ashley, welcome back. Enough with the pleasantries. All right, cracks knuckles. Julius Randle is not a leader. He is not. You want to know why? Because real leaders allow others to lead. RJ had the second best game of his life. And then one game later, there's a point in the game for 2 whole minutes. He's on the court. He doesn't even get to touch the ball. Don't tell me he got to be aggressive. He can't be when he has a ball hog who doesn't allow anyone else to gain any type of momentum. Because as soon as they gain a momentum, Julius ices them out or Tibbs subs them out. Everyone on the planet Earth knows Julius is going to go to the right corner. He's going to do 3, maybe 4, even 5 head fakes, and then he's going to attempt a fadeaway mid-range shot. It doesn't work. I know people argument is that he's the best player that we have. Cool story, bro. I would much rather mediocre players play mediocre than watch a guy who thinks he's LeBron James, but really he plays like Scottie Pippen on the Houston Rockets. Oh, you don't remember Scottie Pippen on the Rockets? No one does.
We still going in right
Okay? No one does. And you know what? I even fully blame Julius. Okay, because he's got somebody enabling him by playing him 38 minutes a game. Listen, he doesn't need to play that much. He is not LeBron. He's not KD. He's not Steph. Okay? Obi has to channel his inner 2000 dunk contest Vince Carter by throwing it under his legs mid-game in order to get Tibbs' attention. You gotta be kidding me. Listen, he got a fake beef with Sabonis because I guess Sabonis beat him in a skills challenge. Stop it, guys. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that he beat you in a skills challenge, fam.
It really seems like he's taking it personal with Sabonis out there, fam.
Right?
It's crazy.
And then Sabonis at the end of the game hits him with a 3 to the dome and left his hand up like he was Monica in Love and Basketball. I'm sick of it. Listen, I know you got other callers. I just got to finish by saying this.
Yeah,
Pack Miles Turner up in somebody's bag.
Hey,
send
Miles
him
Turner
over
looked
to
good tonight.
us on the way home. Pack Miles Turner in the bag. Send him on us. Send him home to the squad. Evan Fournier, you need to be in jail. Okay, you talking about you ate a bad steak in San Antonio. Who eats steak in San Antonio, fam? We don't eat steak in San Antonio, fam. That's what he said in his presser just now. He ate a bad steak 2 days ago, and that, son, we don't do that in New York. First off, why you not eating a chopped cheese, fam? Why you not eating a bacon, egg, and cheese, fam? Why you eating steaks in San Antonio? Okay. Yo, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of Julius Randle. I hope he blocks me tonight. I'm over him. Please, give Obi Toppin minutes. I'm not saying start Obi, right? Because I know Tibbs will never do that. But give that man some time. He brings energy. He brings aggression in a positive way. I'm tired of seeing that man sit in the corner and give me head fakes on O'Shea Brissett. Who cares about Brissett, bro? Yeah. Why are you going one-on-one with Brissett, bro? Stop it. Big Mike is the GOAT. Bring Theo back. I'm done.
Let's go. Julito in the chat. Throw some fives in the chat, man. You got to like that fire, that energy. Julito was itching to go.
Yeah, he was on Twitter just like, I'm waiting. I'm ready to go. Listen.
Julito was ready. He was ready to go, man.
I love you. Great call. But I feel at this point it's a lazy take to solely put this on Julius. This is not the Julius Randle show. This is not the Julius Randle experience. This is not just Julius Randle. Yes, there are things about him as a player that he needs to get better at, and we speak about them. His decision-making sometimes is questionable. Sometimes, he's so focused on arguing his point that he misses the next break. He misses the next possession, throws him off his game. The offense doesn't always run the smoothest through him, when he's the primary ball handler. He's so much, in the mindset of last season where if I don't do it, it doesn't get done. It's a different team this year. Right. But he is not the sole problem. You got Evan Fournier making $70 million a year, and sometimes he's there, sometimes he's not. You got Kemba Walker, who I love Kemba, hometown kid, was so excited to have him. We got a player you couldn't even play on back-to-backs because he has an arthritic knee, and now he's benched. I mean, there's a lot of situations here. You have a coach who is politicking, much like most coaches in the NBA do, and he won't put the ball in the young guy's hand when they're hot. You have a team as a whole that is not playing the defense that got them to the fourth seed last. There's a lot of situations going on in this pot.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot, but to Julito's point, when you the guy, Ash, you're gonna take the most of the blame. We've seen it before with other guys that have been here. You know what I mean? When you the guy, you're gonna get the blame. And I thought yesterday he was on point. He deferred. He got his guys going. He was a little bit selfish today. Now, the defensive woes, I'm not going to put that on him. I'm not going to put a lot of it on him. A lot of it was on the perimeter. A lot of it was on the wings. Fournier, RJ was getting cooked out there. Duarte was just running roughshod him. And that's one of the glaring weaknesses on this team is that, we need and Grimes plays more of a two for me, but I think we need another wing defender out there, like somebody that we can really go to, because the Fournier thing is just, you want to give him time to get acclimated offensively, fine, but defensively, it ain't gonna get no better, man. He's getting torched. Now he wants to blame the bubble gut, CK. I don't know, man. now he's saying they spiked the steak in San Antonio. I don't know, fam. That's not, this ain't Orlando, man. This is a different animal. I don't know.
What kind of steak did he get? Medium? What do they eat in France? Rare?
Yeah,
Was it still bloody?
Blue. Yeah, they probably eat it blue out there, but I don't know. Now he's saying he caught a raw deal in France, man. Yeah. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Shout out Ed911 Turbo and McCann Turbo, Porsche fan. Says everybody needs to be accountable. We are regressing. Salute to Ed911. Salute. Chuck D in the chat says, OMG, Julito. Yeah, man, Julito came in going off. All right, let's go to the phones. I wanna make this rapid fire, man. I gotta make it a shorter show. So let's definitely get to the phones. Let's go to Mike in Manhattan. Mike, what's going on?
Yo. CP, CK, Ashley, popping.
What's good, man?
So I started the game when the game ended angry. I'm just really sad, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Fournier is trash. Every time I call, I tell y'all that he's trash. If contracts didn't exist and you just looked at the court, you would be like, why is he there? He just floats around the three-point line. He does not have no moves. He got no bag, but got a bag from us, which is ridiculous.
Some bars right there, low key.
Bar.
Last season, yeah, bars, you feel me? Last season was last season. We not that no more. We get into a place where we're not going to make the playoffs, and we're going to be in the middle of the pack, right below the playoffs, and that's the worst place to be in the NBA. And, like, I miss Ari. Ari be having a point sometimes, and I be trying to be the positive person, but we going to have to rebuild, or we just going to be the 11th, 10th, 9th seed for the next 5 years, and that's not fun. I'm not trying to see that.
Okay.
I appreciate
the call,
y'all.
man. Appreciate the call, Mike. Hang in there, you know. We got to see if this team can turn it around, man. They're going to Toronto next. Not going to get any easier on the schedule. Then you got the Bucks on Sunday, so got to get it together before it's too late. Isaac from Tuxedo, New York. Is that right? Tuxedo, New York?
Yes, sir. You hear me?
Yeah. Where's
crispy.
Tuxedo, New York, man? Put me on to this geography here,
Hey,
man. I'm slacking.
So it's considered Center Valley, Hudson Valley, New York. So
Okay, all right.
Right by like Spring Valley.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I know Spring Valley. Okay. What's good, man? How you feeling?
Yeah. Right here right by Rockland.
All right,
Rockland County.
No doubt.
Yeah. First, let me say, CP, no homo, bro. You look at Chris out here. What is it? Velvet? Like that sweater, the hat.
It's
That's
just all blue, man. I appreciate it, man. Just the all blue look tonight.
Had to let you know that, but thank you for having me on.
No doubt.
I mean, it seems like we keep saying the same thing, and it to me it all comes back to Tibbs. Like at the end of the day, it's easier to get a new coach than it is to start trading players around and moving that salary around. We keep talking about effort. You know, when you got a coach who yells at players all the time and who's constantly revved up, the players, if it's not working, they're not seeing results, they start to tune the coach out a little bit. And I'm not going to say that they gave up on him necessarily, but all these rotations, the defensive effort, he's supposed to be a defensive coach. We got no offensive scheme but getting Julius the ball on the ISO looking like he's Carmelo, and it makes no sense. Ashley talked about how none of the players have any roles. That comes down to coaching. I remember Melo was on a podcast talking about when Woodson took over, and he broke down all the roles for all the players. He said, Steve Novak, you're going to be getting, threes over here. You're going to get the bag from us because you're going to get them threes. Everybody's going to play their role. We have no roles defined for these players. The coach lets Randall just go off the handle with no handles and just turns over the ball like we talk about all the time. Obi can't get no minutes. Obviously, tonight he got 20, but he should be getting more. 20 minutes, he got 13 points and 4 rebounds?
Yeah.
And you got Julius who played 31 and had 18 and 8. Come on. Like, Obi could bring that, could match some statistics with the energy. And the last thing I'm going to say is Tibbs said that he wasn't worried about Obi's dunk. He's more worried about the overall game. So what it seems like is Obi just has to get that jump shot just tightened down a little better. Better than 18%.
That's the
if
thing,
he gets
man.
That down,
appreciate the call, man. That is part of it. I mean, the 3-point shot just hasn't been there for him, man. He's shooting UFOs out there, but still, he's giving us a spark. He needs more minutes. He needs more time. If you're going to put Taj out there giving you zeros across the board, just go with Obi. You already know Taj he's not a shot blocker. Just go with Obi, man. Just go with it. And then at the end of the night when we lose by 20, we didn't have energy. We didn't have intense. Okay, well, make the adjustment. I don't know, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Shout out Hoodies Vintage $10 super chat. Says game was lost in the first 4 minutes. Randall ISOs, not hustling, selfish, terrible loss / effort / coaching. Pacers rookie kills hours glued to the bench. But can I get one mass 5-man sub just once, a la Jeff Van Gundy? Yeah, you don't get that till it's garbage time, man. He never, I don't know. Tibbs is just not with that type of accountability, I guess, Ash. You know what I mean? the Papa face Van Gundy style. Get them out of here. They're looking bummy tonight. Looking funny in the light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tibbs is definitely he's a conundrum, if you will. You know what I mean? He's very hard to kind of figure out exactly what type of coach that he is, because you see how hard he rides defense, or the lack thereof, that we've been seeing, and it's unacceptable for him. But then you also see he has almost rose-colored glasses when it comes to the vets, because when they're not doing their job, he doesn't hold them quite accountable the same way he does the rookies. I mean, you remember last season, granted, Obi didn't have a true rookie season. We talk about this all the time. There was no summer league. There was no really true training camp where the guys could actually practice together, because everyone was so concerned with COVID and how it was spread and things like that. You would think that Obi had 3 years in the game, the way that Tibbs would yell at him when he would make a mistake. But then you see people like Evan Fournier or Julius, or, some of the other vets on the team stinking up the joint sometimes during certain quarters or throughout the entirety of a game. And it's almost like Tibbs looks in the other direction and doesn't hold them accountable. So it's confusing what kind of coach that he is, at least with coaches like Van Gundy and some of the other coaches in the league. When Pat Riley was coaching, Spoelstra, some of the other coaches, existing in the NBA now, they're consistent. You know what you're going to get from them if they see a certain type of play or lack thereof. Tibbs, I'm still trying to figure out what his foundation is, what his morals are as a coach. I can't seem to put a finger on them.
Yeah. Go ahead, CK.
I have nothing to add, because that's been the question I've had all season, because it felt like he was going in that direction last year, where holding you accountable if you're not going to deliver. We know we had to sit through Elfrid Payton all season long, so people were questioning that. But then he made the change in the playoffs, and we were saying, all right, so maybe going forward, this is what it's going to be. We know the team's going to be different. We know this is going to happen. Change. But here we are, 25 games in, and to Ashley's point, I don't see that. I have not yet seen one time where, he yells at Evan Fournier to wake up. I saw him do that to RJ. I'm seeing them going back and forth with Obi Toppin, but he's not doing that with the veterans. And I get it, but that's just not who he is. And I don't know what the moral, what his definition of accountability truly is.
And listen, you can understand that for coaches. I don't think there's a coach in the NBA, in the history of the NBA, that doesn't give more leeway to vets. You've been in it longer, it comes with, again, it goes back to the business model of the NBA. But there's gotta be a line of accountability somewhere. Yeah. I look the other direction once, twice, but you do the same thing 3 times. Now I've got to come for you as your coach. Tibbs doesn't seem to have that parameter of where the level is for him. It's almost like it doesn't matter if it's a vet, but it better not happen if you're under the age of 24. It's just, I don't know. It's odd. It's a weird dynamic.
According to Steve Popper, News Aces, Evan Fournier said he was fighting about a food poisoning from a bad steak in San Antonio. Said the steak tasted good, but a day later got to him. I mean, look, he sat RJ down with the bubble guts for a game and a half. And you see Fournier out there getting cooked by the kid that was on your radar. Shout out to Duarte. He was killing us. Why not make a change? You know what I'm saying? Why not make a change? I don't know. I don't know, man. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Knicks post-game live presented by Manscaped. Fellas, go to manscaped.com and a promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Go ahead and go get that Lawnmower 4.0, the Performance Package 4.0. We got the body wash now, the shampoo and conditioner. So go ahead and get right for Christmas time. Get right for the holidays. Tell your lady significant other to go get that package. Manscaped.com, promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. All right, we're going to get back to the phones. I see a guy on the Discord that's been waiting for a minute. The name is Pop Woo Rashid. Pop Woo Rashid. He on the Discord. Can you hear us? You live and direct, bro. Pop Woo Rashid on the Discord. Going once. Yep. Hello. All right, man. You got to know the rules, fam. He was waiting here for like the last 2 hours, bro. You got to know the rules, fam. Turn down the radio, turn down everything. No speakerphone. If you're ready to come back, you come back later on, man. But I got to go to somebody who's ready because Michael on the Discord has been itching to get through. Michael, let's go.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
You've been so many things when you were gone, man. People chasing up on you, man. I've been seeing comments saying that I need to take your spot, man.
Yeah, Michael's coming for your spot, Ash. Michael's gonna be
coming back today, though, man. They coming back today, man. All the minions coming back. They tapping on their phones.
He said the Simpsons in here heavy.
I saw in the
Michael,
beginning. They were trying to hide. They saw me in the chat. They were trying to hide. Nah, bro. I saw them comments, man. I saw it.
Let's go.
Anyway, though, I mean, like, this is just a terrible game. How can you give? We look like a completely different team between two games.
Yeah.
Back to back. I don't know how. It's just so confusing to me. And like, we not getting Miles Turner after that. Mitch was getting bodied. Taj was getting bodied. I mean, if they even ask for Turner, I don't think the Pacers are gonna give them Turner. I don't know, but
it might cost. You got to see what the cost is. 20
I know,
points
man.
for Turner tonight.
I agree with that too. But like, I don't know, man. I mean, there's just so many things. Like, RJ, 8 points in the first quarter. After that, he had to wait to the third quarter to get more points again. That's not good. That's not good. Last year, last year too, but I'm saying last game when RJ was hot, we kept feeding him the ball and making him run the offense a little bit. And then all of a sudden, Randall, because of a dumb skills competition, wants to try to bully Sabonis. And he's not even bullying him. He has to push him to the ground, punch his throat, and he still got clamped up. Like, yeah, he was getting 15 points beginning of the first half. Like, he was trying to get points, and we were losing. But then when he got out, when Obi was in after that windmill, we started to win because Randall was getting the ball. Randall got the ball, we're losing the lead. I mean, it's just a common thing already. It's just common. It's common. And, like, the Pacers think they're so good, bro. Like, look at their social media team, bro. Like, the Pacers are not going to do anything in a year. They're not going to win a championship ever. They're the most average team I've ever seen. No, I see no Pacers fan. I never met a Pacers fan in my life. No, go to their Instagram. They actually posted, like, they're good about the Knicks. Like, I mean, it's crazy that they think they're good when they're not going to win a championship at least 50
Well, look, man, appreciate the call, Big Mike. Throw some fives in the chat for Big Mike. Hey, it may not be much, but they made us look like Fournier's guts tonight. You know what I'm saying? They made us look terrible tonight, Mike. So can't really talk too much on the Pacers because they came to play tonight and we didn't. You know, that's just the bottom line. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Shout out Kevin Joseph, $20 super chat, says this is what happens when we don't have a point guard in the starting five. When the defense doesn't double and guards Julius straight up, he gets his buckets and no one else involved. D Rose had more assists than the whole starting five. I thought D Rose was great in terms of orchestrating tonight. You know what I'm saying, CK? I thought D Rose came in and was very good. You know, orchestrating.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I know people are looking at points, and in a game like this, they're looking at the points, and because he wasn't, up in where he normally is in points, I wasn't worried about that because again, when the little energy that we were looking for, I feel like Derrick Rose played a part in that as well, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, was not enough. All right, back to the phones we go. Let me go to Dan from Jersey. Let me hear from my guy Dan from Jersey. What's going on?
Okay.
Hey, what's good, bro?
It was good. It was good, CK. It was good, CP.
What's good, man? Yo, no speakerphone, fam. You sounding real far away, bro.
Oh, my fault. I'm on AirPods.
Oh, I told Ari about that the other day, man. Get those AirPods out of here, man.
Listen, man, my girlfriend got me for Christmas.
Well, there goes that Apple sponsorship.
Yeah, let me ease up.
Yeah, I think we killed that yesterday.
Let me ease up on that. Go ahead, Dad.
Yeah. Listen. My boy Duarte, bro. I got 5 first rounders and nervous due up for Duarte. They gonna give him to me, but I'm willing to trade 5 first rounders for that, man. I got that Hispaniola bias, bro. I don't know who I wouldn't trade for Luke or Duarte at this point, but I don't want to talk about that game. It was a trash game.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk a little trade.
Okay.
What's the most you guys are willing to trade for Miles Turner? Like, what's your highest price that you would say, yeah, I'd do that deal? Mine, I would do 2 first-rounders, Nerlens Noel, throw in a second-rounder, and throw in Fournier. What do you guys think? Thank you for picking on my call. I'm going to hang up and listen.
I mean, salary-wise, appreciate the call. Salary-wise, that's too much. You know what I mean? He's making $18 million a year, so you got to make the salaries work, you know. I mean, we'll start with Kemba. You know, that's $8 million right there coming off your books. You have to throw in a first, maybe 2 twos, CK. And
this is all for Duarte we're talking about right now?
This is all, not Duarte. You're not getting Duarte.
Oh.
Forget that. He's talking about Miles Turner.
Oh, I was like, wait, hold on.
He's talking about Turner.
They're not giving him up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's Kev making? Like 5?
Yeah.
So you have to throw in like
6,
you probably
5,
have to throw in like Kemba, Kev, and probably maybe like 3. If you're not willing to give up Grimes, and I'm not, right? And so hold the tomatoes in the chat. I'm not trying to give up Grimes, Obi, or nobody, but the less young talent on the team that you try and give up, you're probably gonna have to give it up in assets. So you're probably talking about like 3 picks, maybe a 1 and 2 twos. Kemba Knox, or maybe 2-1 in the 2. I don't know. We got to check on the price. But all I'm saying is, if you're not trying to give up one of your young players on the roster, you're probably gonna have to give up like, 2-3 picks, and then get the salaries to match.
And I know a lot of people are looking at it thinking, well, what about Mitch? Well, he doesn't have much of a salary to be thrown around in the
Mitch
trade.
is making $1.5 million, bro.
Yeah. So, I mean, we can throw him in there for hope, but it ain't going to match up the contracts at all.
Yeah.
So
now, if the Pacers wanted that,
right, they
get a young big, maybe you put Mitch in the deal. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you put Mitch in the deal.
I mean,
you're not putting Noel in the deal. You're not putting Noel in the deal. He's got a 2-year deal.
Yeah,
so
taking it.
I don't see them. Well, I mean, the 3rd year is an option. So then you're talking about
they're trying to rebuild, and they're gonna take Noel in a trade for Miles Turner. Nah, I don't. That's not happening.
Well, here's the issue. Going back to how this team looks at this moment in time. You are who your record says you are. Shout out to Bill Parcells. But because the Knicks look so drastically different from last season, and different in a bad way, it hurts everybody's stock individually for trades. Who's going to want Mitchell Robinson at this point? You see what he looks like, right? Who's going to want Nerlens Noel? Who's going to want Evan Fournier? I mean, not that, he's up for trade. I'm just naming people just hypothetically. When you're not playing well as a team, you're also hurting your team's future, because it affects the trade value of every single person involved, because the people who are playing well, for the most part, you're not going to trade them. The guys who you do want to trade, I highly doubt you're going to get much for them at this moment in time. For example, you can't trade Kemba. Who's going to want Kemba Walker at this point? You can't trade Mitch. Who's going to want Mitch at this point?
That's just from a salary, standpoint. I don't think.
No, I'm not even talking about salary standpoint. Just let's pretend in a perfect world, there's no salaries, there's none of that. We're just looking at style of play right now. What the resume has shown thus far in the season. None of these guys, if I were looking to trade one of my players, I wouldn't want any of them. I wouldn't. Because I'm seeing what they look like at this moment in time. It just does. There's so many just situations that are coming from. So it's a pie. It's a shit show. Excuse the language, but from so many different angles of the game is what it is, and it's frustrating because I feel like we're digging ourselves deeper and deeper into a hole that we're not going to be able to get out of.
What do you guys think in the chat? What would your price be for Miles Turner? Look pretty damn good tonight.
Well, let me ask you.
I knew that was going to be the song.
No, let me ask you. I want to ask you a question then.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Pacers, knowing what the Knicks have looks like thus far this season, knowing you're not going to get in a trade, knowing realistically who's probably available for you, are you making that trade?
No, because you can probably get better from better teams.
That's my problem, and that's another problem that we're going to find ourselves in.
Here's my thing, though. I mean, I'll play devil's advocate. I would take that swap for Mitchell Robinson and some other deal, because Now I got Miles Turner off my books because I'm trying to rebuild, right? I'm trying to rebuild, and Mitchell Robinson is with one mil. So maybe I get some defense out of him. If not, cool. At least I have a young player to add to my rebuild for the season, and I don't have to pay him and let him go. And now I got my money free going into this offseason. So I would look into it as a Pacers because I'm looking at it from the rebuilding perspective. But I'm not. I don't. If I was the Pacers, I don't want Fournier. I don't want Noel. I don't want any of those other guys we're naming. I'm gonna want Mitchell. I'm gonna want Obi. I'm gonna want a guy that we're not willing to give
Obi,
up.
so.
That's what I'm saying exactly, and that's why I don't think it's as likely as we're all hoping it for it to be.
All right, let's get to the phones. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. We're gonna get to the phones and read some of the super chats. All right, we're gonna go to Mohammed from Australia, and then Pop Wu Rashid on the Discord. We'll try you again. Mohammed, what's going on?
Hey guys, great show as usual. Hit those thumbs up, guys. Love the content as usual.
Appreciate it.
About to say a couple of few controversial points. Point one: Tibbs was a coach of the year last year, and now we're dumping on him because professionals who are being paid do not decide to rock up on the court. If a coach can speak so much and train you so much, but if you don't want to be engaged on the court, which is, I believe, a problem in the Knicks roster at the moment, people are pouting, people aren't engaged. You can't put all of that on the coach. I'm not going to hack that. Tibbs has some adjustment issues, definitely, but it's not all on him.
I'm a firm believer, Mo, that coaches coach, players play. So I'm on the players first. And, they just haven't been playing consistently. They haven't been bringing the intensity. They haven't been bringing the energy. But then I'm looking at the coach to make the proper adjustments. But yeah, I'm with you. It's the players that have to, bear the brunt of this before the coach. No doubt about it.
Yeah. The other point I was going to say, if I had to roll out a starting lineup, I would be doing Randall, RJ, Burks, Rose, and Nerlens. The reason for that being is if you look at the successful teams out there, they have a specific strategy as who's going to get the ball, who's going to drive the offense. You look at the Bulls, it's pretty much DeRozan. You guys know who they are, DeRozan, and you've got Levine and Alonzo, right? You got that. You look at the Bucks, it's Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday, right? It is those three that are continually pushing and driving, and then when they don't fall, other guys sort of make that up. It seems to be overly unselfish at the Knicks, and that doesn't make sense. RJ had it rolling, but then the ball gets taken out of his hands. This is ridiculous, and that's why you can't keep switching this continuously. And this is landing to my third point. We are in a position where we're building a winning culture. Give the keys to IQ. Let it be IQ. Let it be Obi, let it be Mitch, let it be Grimes, and whoever you want to plug in the small forward position or whatever it is in the second unit. Let them run free. They can bring pace and speed, and they can play together. Yeah. And I'm happy to get a few punches in the face if they're on the court together. But this hutch-potch, whatever, and this is what I do go on Tibbs, my criticism of Tibbs. I actually think he's trying to put too many pieces on the pizza, and it ain't working. So, that's that piece. And hopefully we get a Miles Turner trade. I really think that we need something to happen. And ideally, I want Fournier off the books. I don't know how, but I don't think he's a fit. That's all I'm going to say.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. But Mo not played around, man. Thanks for the call, Mo. Throw some fives in the chat for Mo. I thought that was a 5-star call.
I mean, we're regressing, and that's what it is. And it's unfortunate because as a team who was fourth in the East last season, and people want to call it a fluke or whatever, that's what it's looking like at this moment in time. But when you start there, the trajectory is supposed to continue high, right? You're supposed to get closer and closer to figuring out that identity, not only as a team for the current season, but who and what your values are as a team for the future. And we're going backwards. We look like a team that is on the verge of rebuilding. So what happens doesn't really matter when we're supposed to be a team that's already done that rebuilding and is now in that second tier of we're getting closer to having a more solidified conducive, consistent team that we can add maybe one more piece to that's going to take us to that next tier. And we don't look anything like that. And I think that's what the frustrating part is. Obviously, yes, what's happening on the court game to game, but the overall picture, the pieces aren't working. And that's what's frustrating, because at this point in the game, we should have more pieces working than aren't working. And we don't.
Yeah. And George Jones in the chat, I agree with George. You know, progress isn't always linear, and that's kind of the point that I try to make when Ari calls in, you know, wanting to tank and rebuild, and you know, he's looking for exactly what they're doing right now, but he just doesn't see it that way. But yeah, you know, progress isn't necessarily linear, but I still think there's some changes that, you know, could be made, some tweaks that can be made. I'm ready to put Fournier, to have him come off the bench, man. I mean, that guy's just food right now on the defensive end, and that's not going to change. You know, that's not going to change. So I'm looking to make that change and put a hungry kid in there. I'm looking to give quickly a more of a shot. You know, yeah, he's been up and down. I thought he had a better game yesterday. It wasn't so hot today. But we need energy. We need a shot in the arm. We need effort on both ends of the floor. And we're just not getting that from Fournier right now, man. So
I'm ready to get Fournier the Kemba. You want me to be honest, but that's
not the Kemba. You guys
all right, next call.
You ready to send us to the wall, CK?
Next call. Yeah, man.
Oh, man. I got a text Ron Cleveland too, man. I haven't heard from him in a minute. All right, let's try Pop Woo Rashid on the Discord one more time. Pop Woo Rashid on the Discord. Go ahead and I'll mute your mic. Pop Woo, go once. All right, man. Pop Woo, man. I think ready.
He fell asleep.
He's not ready for the big show, Ash. We gave him a shot, and he's not ready. Let's go to KiingDeej. Let's get KiingDeej queued up here on the Discord. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new, and we will shout you guys out. KiingDeej, if you hear us, go ahead and unmute your mic on the Discord. Let's go.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish per usual, but I mean, run it up. I ain't gonna stay long because nothing to stay long about. Yeah. You know, shout out Rookie of the Year. You know, I'll be talking to him on his Discord chat. Shout out my boy Baby Theo. But Baby Theo, you can't be snitching, man. When we talking about Ashley, you can't be snitching.
Oh, it was you and Michael conspiring. Okay. Okay. The plot thickens.
Come on, man. You can't be snitching. Ashley, what's up? You know I missed you, Ashley. Take me out to dinner. That's all I gotta say to you. All right. But let's talk about this game, man. You know, I called yesterday. I feel good. I feel real good, CP. I feel real good, CK, because I was talking real Miles Turner, Chris Durante this summer, and everybody was like, nah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I told y'all.
Well, be fair. I mean, the Knicks did want Duarte. They tried to trade up for him, and they've been interested in Turner. So, you know, they've been on it.
Right, to be fair. But now we are officially, you know what tonight was? Tonight wasn't just a loss. Tonight was an organizational loss across the board. Leon, Tibbs, and them signings, they got to take that L. They got to all take that L because they look for easy bandages without committing to something in any direction, either trending up or trades to get better players or signings to get better players. They could have got Lonzo.
I don't think so, man.
They didn't want to pay.
I think Lonzo and the Bulls was a done deal, bro.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know, but you might be right. But
I mean, if the Bulls are getting charged with tampering, clearly, you know. You're right. Talking,
you're right. I'm gonna let that go. But I'm just saying, right now, man, this dream scenario of us, we're not even a play-in team. I gotta keep it real. Like, I'm not trying to sound like Ari and Jay from Florida, but we're not even a play-in team. What you just said about Evan, I would definitely bench Evan. I would put in Grimes. I would put in quickly because you know what I could get from those two? Speed and defense. Like Evan Fournier is a target now. Officially, he's a target, bro. And you know what? When I was playing basketball back in the day, whenever you see a vet, whenever you see the oldest player on your team do a tag foul and they don't realize that they're in the bonus, that means he's checked out.
He's checked out, bro.
He's looking to Friday, bro. I told y'all after the Denver game, we could lose every game until December 15th. And the way it's trending, we might just. Like, everybody's talking about Toronto don't play no defense. They do against us. So, Ashley said it best. I can't blame Randall for everything, man. Like, I get it. He the star player, so he takes the sword. I'm with that. But tonight wasn't really a sword as everybody, like for everybody. Nah, this was really an organizational loss. And you had a team that's dying on the opposite side. That they got their backs against the wall, so they felt pressure. So I told y'all that last night, man. That Spurs game meant nothing to me, bro. It's a play. It's not even a playing team. Yo, shout out Jay for Florida. I'm looking at that draft too, man. I'm
he's
looking
on
at
the
that draft
tankathon
too.
early. Okay. All right. KiingDeej on the check-in.
Wow.
Appreciate the call, bro. KiingDeej on the check-in. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Shout out to Quiz Team #new. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the family. Shout out to Paul Collins. Sends a $20 super chat. He says, dude on Twitter said Fournier's been eating that same steak since he entered the league. I'm dead. Thanks for the Knicks therapy tonight.
Wow.
You know what?
Wow.
I'm not doing this.
Wow.
They said he's been eating the same steak since he got here, Ash. Oof.
Nope.
Welcome to New York, brother.
Damn.
He might wish that he returned to Orlando, man. Like I said, it's a whole different animal out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Whole different animal. You got to produce, or the Wolves are coming to get you. Unfortunately, that's just how the game goes, man. That's just how the game goes. Shout out Carl Ramsey, $5 super chat, says salute CP, Ash, and TK. Are you more concerned with our lack of defense or lack of identity on the offensive end?
Me personally,
Yeah.
I'm concerned with the lack of defense because your offense is going to be up and down throughout the course of a season. You know, you can be the best team in the world. Your offense is not always going to be the best, but you can always play defense. Defense always travels with you. And the cliche, defense is your best offense when your offense is not clicking. And more importantly, for me, the lack of defense or the drastic decline in defense is the most concerning for me, because that was the principle in what we were founded on last season. We weren't the best offensive team last season. We got to that 4th seed off of grit, off of the fact that every time you step on that court, whether the Knicks, whether we thought we could outshoot you, we knew we were going to defend you. We knew we were going to make it hard for you. We knew that you came into Madison Square Garden. You're going to remember when you got there. Or when we came into your arena, it wasn't going to be a cakewalk when the New York Knicks showed up.
Yeah.
I don't see any glimmer of that this season. And that's what is the most frustrating. And it's the lack of identity when it comes to the defense, to me, that is the most heartbreaking, because that grit is what makes New York basketball. And you don't even have that. And I don't know what happened to it. I understand it was going to decline slightly because offensively you got better. We spoke about that. We speak about that. But the drastic decline, it's almost virtually invisible. It doesn't exist. And I don't know what happened. I don't understand what happened.
CK.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine short. I'm on the other side. Mine is the lack of identity on the offensive end, because from the minute we signed Fournier and Kemba Walker, we knew the defense was out the window. Like, we knew that was where it was going to be. I understand that we were hoping that wasn't going to go as bad as it ended up going. When you're losing defense on the wing, and when you have a shorter point guard, I understand we try to make that fix, but it's been lost since then. I was being told all summer long that, you know, Evan Fournier is this 20-point per game guy that's going to help us out on the offensive end. I was told the same thing, you know, Kemba feeling healthy and he was supposed to bring us this. And though I don't think, you know, the end is here for Kemba, I think there might be an opportunity where he comes down. We talked about injuries, but at the same time, you know, we were supposed to, all we heard all offseason was we were going to play fast. We were going to, you know, we're going to be taking up more shots. They want to take 36 threes a night. All these things we were hearing all offseason. And well, that lasted for about, you know, what was it, 6 games? We were 5-1, right? And then it went downhill from there. So I knew the defense was going to fall. I'm with you, Ash. I didn't expect it to fall this bad, this fast.
Yeah.
But I was being told all summer long that the offense was supposed to step up, and it looks just the same as last year, and we got more weapons. So I don't understand that. That one to me is more confusing.
I think you both made good points. I think you definitely both made good points. For me, I gotta go defense, because a lot of the times, like Ash said, your defense can lead to offense, and look what that does for guys like R.J. Barrett. You know, when you're playing hard defense, when you're getting steals, you're creating turnovers, you're getting those rebounds, and it's getting you out in transition. That helps you build momentum. offensively, we know this thing is running through Julius. As much as we want, RJ to get involved more, this, that, and the third, this is still going to go through Julius come hella high water. So a lot of it is going to depend on how he's going in games, whether he's facilitating or scoring or getting buckets. A lot of the offense is going to rely on him. If you're looking for identity, that's basically it, because we have no true point guard. Yes, Derrick Rose, Hive, relax. We have Derrick Rose coming off of the bench, but we don't put constant pressure on defenses. We don't put constant pressure on the rim to really get out and knock down those open threes. So it all depends on Julius. But defensively, I think the lack of energy, intensity, connectivity, those three things has to me has been the most disappointing thing, because they're not even on the same page. And then you compound that with the fact that a lot of times that they're not making, as Tibbs would say, the second and third efforts to get stops, jumping out on three-point shooters, so on and so forth. To me, that's the most disappointing thing. But I could see both points, offense and defense. What do you guys think of the chat? Is it offense or defense? Is it the lack of offensive identity or the terrible defense? What are you most disappointed in so far, 25 games into the season?
While the chat makes that decision, I want to ask you guys, looking back into the offseason and free agency and all that stuff, did we we're gassing up the acquisitions when it happened, but hindsight is 2020. Did we make a mistake? Should we have just let the team the way it was and held out for bigger fish? That was what I thought that we were going to do. And we had this conversation in the last few shows of the season. I said, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right now, this team clicks. It works. It may not work forever, but it works right now. Obviously, there were some needs that had to be met, but we did make some bigger commitments that maybe we rushed into. Do you think that it was a rush, or do you think it was necessary?
I don't blame them for what they did this year. When you look at the future free agency classes, it's looking bleak, at least for next year. You know what I'm saying? It's looking real bleak. A lot of guys signed extensions. Now, Bradley Beal just came out and said he's holding off. Maybe there's a glimmer of hope there. I don't know. But, I still think we were able to maintain some cap flexibility for the future. We signed some team-friendly deals with the team options, so on and so forth. KiingDeej mentioned Lonzo. Look, Lonzo and Kyle Lowry, those two teams are facing tampering charges. So clearly those guys were signed, sealed, delivered to those teams. Now, a lot of people say we should have got DeRozan, I don't know how much interest was there for the Knicks. Wasn't really that clear. Didn't seem like it was that strong. Seems like one of the guys they were more high on was a Spencer Dinwiddie. But, look at DeRozan. How many people expected him to have? He's having probably second best season of his entire career. He's over 30. That doesn't even happen.
Yeah. I think there was no interest from our side on Lonzo Ball or DeMar DeRozan. I understand the whole tampering thing.
That hurt your heart, CK?
It does. No,
he sounded down and out on that. He did.
They wanted us. LeVar was talking about it. He said there was quotes and everything. So they wanted us. I just think there was no, at the end of the day, I was pushing it. But I don't think we ever actually wanted Lonzo Ball. I think that he would have been available if we actually made that call. And we were talking about that throughout the summer, and I was still trying to push through hope. But it just, we heard Bagley talking about how the Knicks never really seemed to into the idea of Lonzo Ball. So I think that, yes, though the Bulls are in that situation, I don't think we ever really gave it a shot. And then, the DeRozan thing was a whole other situation. I wish we tried that one out too. But again, I don't think we had the thought process to go for DeMar DeRozan, which is fine. But then when we then settled to get Evan Fournier, I had even said it on my channel, and I think I said it over here too. I don't understand that thought process. If you're not going to pay DeMar, but you're cool paying Evan Fournier, I didn't understand that then. But everyone was telling me he's 20-point per game shooter. It's going to work out. We blah, blah, blah. So, as far as wanting to keep it the same, I think that hindsight is 2020 on that. I don't think that we would be paying Reggie Bullock that contract that the Dallas Mavericks paid him. Let's just be real about that.
No, I wouldn't.
Maybe we can talk about how much we gave Nerlens Noel, I guess, maybe. But who do we really miss out on that we have from last year's team? Elfrid Payton and Reggie Bullock. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you right now though. I would two second round picks for tampering. I'd pay that fine.
you already know.
I'm just saying, if I knew that was the fine for tampering, I would have been tampering. I would have been doing.
That's all it is, right?
If it was two second-round picks, take them. Take that. Here, I will hand deliver them. You want FedEx or UPS? How do you want them?
All right. With how many picks we got, man? Go ahead, take 2 of them. We got what? 6 more. I got what?
Go ahead, take them all.
All right, couple more calls before we wrap. I want to shout out this Australian super chat. Shout out Creole Rep 7 says, "Can we acknowledge we're 25 games into our second real rebuild season? Why are we promoting the idea of blowing it up? This type of issues why they LOL Knicks us." Well, nobody was promoting that, sir. That was Ari. Let's just air him out real quick. That's been Ari on his tirades the last 2 shows. So none of us on this panel have been saying blow it up, but at the same time, effort, energy. They lost by 20 points to a Pacer team that's 10-16. That's having a fire sale right now. Effort, energy, New York basketball, New York grit. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're llooking for. You saw an exacerbated Julius Randle on the post-game press conference tonight. That don't look good, man. It does not look good. They're out of sync. They're completely out of sync. But I think most fans are realistic about where they are. So just gonna have to keep playing through it, man. I want to shout out Ivan Omar sends a $50 Malaysian super chat. Salute to Malaysia. He says Randall is not the one to lead us moving forward. He can be a number 2 and number 3, but it's hard to bring a number 1 if he's around. Not only he slows down the team, he demoralizes them too. Salute from Malaysia. So Ivan Omar dropping some dimes on Julius. All right, couple more before we wrap up. Let me go to Angel. I see you there, so we'll close with Angel. Let's go to Wash Heights. Jordan, what's going on?
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yo, what's up? All right, so just real quick, I just want to say that I knew it was going to be bad when we lost 2 in a row. Was it 2 in a row to the Magic? At that point, I was like, yeah, it's definitely slow for this team. But you know what kills me the most? The Knicks are like a mirage team, bro. Just when you think like, yo, it's lit, we found water, it's going to be lit, we're going to be good, all of a sudden, it's hella sand. Hella sand, that's all it is. And, yo, like, I'm genuinely tight, and like I'm really trying to calm down. I'm here just relaxing. But I can't. This is why I don't watch the games anymore, bro. I try giving them a chance.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, man, is that I hate that we do all these cinematic type things when Kemba Walker coming in like, oh yeah, he came from Rice High School. He played for the New York Guys. We do all this lit stuff. We do. I'm getting tight right now. I'm trying to chill out. Yo, we do all these dope things, and
the
all of a
marketing
sudden,
machine is on
now
point.
Kemba chilling, getting mass splitters.
Yeah, I said, the marketing machine is on point. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Bro, it's hella on point, but we're not playing on point right now.
Nah, not at all.
At this point, I just think that we need to I don't know what Thibs needs to do. At this point, just play everybody, man. Play the water boy, play the dudes that sell the glizzies on the corner. I don't even know. At this point, it's just really upsetting, man. And this organization is just really pissing me off, man, because now this makes me miss Bullock. This makes me miss, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
don't say the P word. Don't say the P word, man. I'm gonna hang up.
But look what but look at the state we're in right now. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I'm not saying Peyton is a star player, not at all. But you got to look at it this way. Look at the game. Look how we played last year compared to this year. Like, we signed a dude who was supposed to be our guy, and look at us now. We had like random dudes on our team last year, and look where we went last year. And I agree with her because at this point, man, if it's not broken, don't don't try to fix it. Like, it doesn't make any sense, man. I don't know.
I can't say that though, bro. Thanks for the call, man. You can't look at what they did last year and say don't try to fix it. They look terrible in the playoffs, man. They were terrible. They needed to upgrade the team. Let's be real. If they didn't, we'd be here 25 games in saying, why didn't we make moves in free agency?
I think, and I could be wrong, so I don't want to speak for him fully, but at least my point was, I don't think we needed to fix it in terms of long commitments. I think there were short-term solutions, keeping in mind the long-term goal. That's the only thing. I think that I think that was the nice middle ground between what we needed and also where we want to be. And I think that we kind of skipped a couple steps in between. At least that's how I see it.
I mean, not really though. Look, by the time you hit next year, all those deals will be, except for Fournier, are 1-year deals. Rose, Noel, Burks.
Okay, but you still have Julius, you still have Evan.
Yeah, but I mean, the Julius thing was his necessary evil, man. Like, there's no way he could have had that season and they don't take care of him and on a discount. That's just the cost of doing business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was, they should have traded him. I hear that, but you're not gonna let him walk. It's just the cost. It's just the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
You know. So. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. All right, let me try the. All right, this guy in the Discord. D-Roy on the Discord. Let me go to D-Roy on the Discord. Let's go ahead and unmute your mic. D-Roy on the Discord. Oh, hang on. D-Roy, hang on. All right, D-Roy, let's try it again. Yeah. Yo. D-Roy, you gotta turn it down, man. All right, nah, he's out of there. He's out of there. You gotta know the rules.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
D-Roy, man, we gotta try you again, man. I'm gonna try you one more time. Turn down the volume, man. All right, D-Roy on the Discord. Oh, this could be the Discord acting up. D-Roy going once.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
All right, man. It's my first time calling, first of all, so thank you for taking the call, bro.
Oh, no problem, man.
Listen, man. First of all, the Knicks are coming to H-Town next week, so I'm ready for the game. I'm in Houston. So.
You're in H-Town. Okay. All
right. I'm ready for that game, bro.
Yeah.
But listen. Earlier, I heard a couple of Tibbs, firing Tibbs thing, and I don't think we need to get a new coach again.
No.
I don't want New York to go through that. Every 2 years we're changing our coach, so let's not do that.
I'm not trying to do that.
And the next thing I want us to talk about is that the turnovers tonight was just ridiculous. I think it was a turnover problem we had. Everybody was turning over the ball. D-Row, everybody was turning over the ball. So that's where we have serious problems. I honestly think we should definitely put Fournier on the bench. Let him come off the bench as a shooter.
Yeah, me too.
You need a couple of 3-pointers. You bring him on to shoot them 3-pointers, man. And my final point tonight is we definitely should not leave Indiana without Turner tonight. We should put him on a plane, give them what they need, put him on a plane, and take him to Toronto, man. That is crazy. That man was killing us every single game we play against Indiana. Yeah. He was killing us, man. Yeah. Salute to all of you guys, man. Thank you so very much.
D-Roy, where you from, man? You from the yard, bro?
Yes, I was born in Jamaica, man.
Let's go,
born
man.
in Jamaica.
Big up. Yeah, where in Jamaica you from, bro?
Big up every time. Born in Mandeville.
Okay, yeah. My pops and them is from Mandeville, man. We got to talk, bro. We got to talk.
Well, I'm here, man. Definitely, bro.
Yeah,
I follow you on Twitter, so I'll DM you, man.
Yeah, my pops and them is from Georges Valley, bro.
Ah, nice. Yard every time, man. I yard it straight up.
Yeah,
straight
you
up,
done
straight
know,
up,
man. Hold it down to H-Town, man. D-Roy, let's go.
Patrick Ewing.
You already know, man.
Salute, guys. Thank you so much for taking the call, man.
Later. D-Roy on the Discord. All right, last call of the night. Let's go.
Look at all the Jamaican flags. Shout out to all
throw
the
flags
yardies in the
chat,
building.
man. Let's go. King Katona, what's good? Squad Up World, big up. Rasheem Robinson, let's go. And my mom just got to Jamaica today, matter of fact.
Okay.
Perfect timing, D-Roy. Perfect timing. All right. Wrapping up the show. Let's go to, we got to go to Philly. Angel, what's good?
Yo, what's good, CT? How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm pissed off, bro.
Man,
my boy CK2K was good. And to the queen, it's good to see you, mi amor. ¿Cómo está?
Oh, thank you. I'm good. I'm sad I came back on a losing night though. I'm sad about that.
Yeah.
All right, so first thing first, man. Hit that thumbs up for y'all boys, man. Hit that subscribe button. We need to get that at 50K, man. Stop playing, man. Y'all know what to do, man.
How many likes we got tonight?
And,
how many likes we got up here tonight? Let's go. Hit that like button. Let's go.
Hey, listen. So first thing I gotta say is, Ashley, you put me in the doghouse because I've been saying since last year, start Obi. You feel me? Because this year, like I said, it's probably too late right now to start Obi, even though last year it wasn't fair to Obi because he really didn't have, an off season, to prepare. So obviously it took him a while. But first thing you got to do when it comes to this team, put the ball in RJ Barrett's hands because we cannot have this dude looking okay in the first quarter and then he's balling in the third quarter. You get what I'm saying? Like, we need him to have that ball in the game, because we're just a different team when he scores. So put the ball in his hands, make him a focal point. Maybe that'll give us an identity on offense. And another thing, we got to get the point guard situated because Alec Burks, I like him, but honestly, he's not a starting point guard. I would move him back to the bench. I think it's time to give IQ the keys. And I've been saying this since last season. You know what I'm saying? This dude has definitely improved. You feel me? And at the end of the day, everybody was giving me tomatoes a couple weeks ago, and I got the receipts because I've been saying start Obi because I keep hearing, oh, Mitch, he has great rim protection. Oh, Nobel, he has great rim protection. Let me tell you something, man. When you look at these numbers, we gave up 60 points in the paint. We gave up 52 to the Spurs points in the paint.
Yeah, we did.
You're telling me that these dudes give you rim protection, but we're still getting blown off the floor when it comes to points in his paint. And at the end of the day, Obi deserves 25 to 30 minutes if you're not going to start him. But honestly, you got to start this kid because I keep hearing that he doesn't play as great defense. That's true. But how are you supposed to get better if Tibbs is only giving him 15 minutes a game, 20 minutes a game? He has the same amount of rebounds as Mitchell Robinson, and they both play the same amount of minutes. So don't tell me that he can't rebound. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I've been saying this since day one. Put Obi on the floor. If we had a real point guard that could look down the court, to be honest, Obi could probably score 20 points. But we got point guards that don't look down the court to run a fast break. That's why we need RJ with the ball in his hands because he can see the court. And I was impressed with RJ last game. I thought RJ played okay tonight. But at the end of the day, we're not running the floor. We're not hustling. We're not playing defense. And at the end of the day, what in the world does Obi have to do to start? I've been saying it since day one. And I don't know what was worse. The defense that Fournier was playing or watching the Patriots throw 3 passes in a football game. I don't know what's worse, bro, because that defense tonight was pathetic, bro. I mean, at this point, put in Grimes, start IQ, let RJ have the ball in his hands, make him a focal point of the offense, let Julius pick his spots, and start Obi. What do you got to lose at this point? Like, at the end of the day, we're not even a playoff team right now or even a play-in. And I want everybody to hit my Cash App because I've been saying since day one, give Obi the ball.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? Put him in the game. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and actually, I do owe you something. Dallas is still going to win a division, so I'm officially out of the doghouse now. And I want my apologies from everybody because at the end of the day, I've been saying this since day one. Start Obi, start IQ, give the keys to the young guys, man. And put Grimes in. You can't tell me that Grimes can't play better than what Fournier is giving me right now. And at the end of the day, man, God is good. Y'all have a good night, man.
Appreciate it,
and thank you guys for taking my call. Y'all know who it is, man. Throw some goats in their chat. I'm out.
Angel from Philly closing the show.
I don't think Angel's getting the Cash App. He's just getting tomatoes.
Yeah, he's getting tomatoes, man. The Simps was not happy. Angel came in motivated. Ash came back. It was a spirited call from Angel CK. Smooth was back. You know what I'm saying?
You saw it.
You saw it.
Best Euro game, Euro step in the game. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
Past couple of weeks, he was just Angel from Philly. He was smooth tonight.
Right.
Smooth came back. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome back, Ash.
Yeah. Welcome back. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Tough loss. Great show as usual, man. Got over 1,000 people in here. Let's get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button for KnicksFanTV. Playing better than the Knicks right now.
Yeah, we play our rooks. We see you, Mike.
Yeah.
We play our rookies over here.
We play our rookies over here, man. We are an equal opportunity show, man. Everybody gets a chance. You got to bring that energy, though. I'm not Tibbs. I'm going to hold you accountable. If you don't bring that heat, you're getting up out of here fast. You know what I'm saying? Let me shout out the rest of the super chats that have come in. Salute to Rhyme Animal Chuck D. Salute Jay from Florida. No Jay. We didn't hear from Jay tonight. All right, quiet night from Jay. Salute to all the mods, TM, Keith Sinclair. Shout out KnicksFanTV. Edgar sent a $3 super chat. Says, can I get Ash to give me a follow on Twitter? So Edgar's simping tonight, man.
Drop your handle and I'll take care of it.
Edgar's simping tonight. Edgar, you're on the team, man.
I'm about to say, bro, come on, man.
Sheesh. Marlon Morgan, super chat, says, yeah, I'm on therapy right now. CK, you keeping it 100, bro. Funny haircut, Fournier, gotta go. Tibbs hated on my hometown boys. Hashtag free Kemba, hashtag free Obi. Feel bad, yeah. You know, the Fournier thing hits me harder, man, because, you know, he came on the show. We had a great interview, man. It was a great show. I hate seeing him struggle here, man. You know, I for one, I'm hoping that he turns it around, but I wouldn't mind seeing him come off the bench, honestly, because it's just not, something's just not clicking right now.
Yeah.
Young Kobe, $5 super chat, says, could McBride and Grimes really be worse than Fournier and Kemba? IQ to the starting lineup, replaced with McBride, but I understand it's politics. Carl Ramsey, super chat. I did get that one. Salute Carl Ramsey, salute Ivan Omar, salute Paul Collins, Ryan Manimal, Chuck D. Says, Mitch Noel draft picks Knox, maybe even Kemba for Turner, who would play 35 minutes with Sims Taj backing up, but Indy gonna ship him 5,000 miles away from New York. I think CK, you would say that too, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Junior Caroma, $5 super chats, is glad to have Ash back. Love, but y'all can't be listening to them bipolar Knicks fans in the chat, man. Shout out NY Sports Guy, says Tibbs sink or swim mentality is killing this team. He didn't put RJ in the best position to thrive. He didn't put Kemba in the best position to thrive, and Randall doing that same old Tibbs do better. Well, put RJ in that position yesterday. Was hoping to see a little bit more of that tonight. Henry Roman says, $5 super chat, says, even looking like Zab Judah. Evan looking like Zab Judah when he got KO'd on defense. Are you talking about when Costa Zoo laid him down? Probably, man. Yeah, with Costa Zoo, man. He beat Zab pillar to post. Willie Cruz, $5 super chat, says the Knicks will sell the farm if Tibbs remains the coach. Young Kobe, $20 super chat, says the seed that we will end up with this year probably should have been the seed we probably should have had last year with less talent. Wow. Making the playoffs actually hurt us from getting the point guard that we needed this year. Same song. Hey, we'll see, man. We'll have to see how that goes, you know. Jay from Florida will certainly agree with you, man. You know, Jay will certainly agree with you there. So, lost the screen. Hang tight. Let me get back at it. Ash, talk about the red carpet, man. Who else did you see out there? How was the experience?
It was dope. It was my first red carpet for the SI Awards. So if you guys caught it, that's what's up. I'll be posting a bunch of stuff on my socials throughout it. But Gronk was there. If you're WWE fans, we had Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, Carrie Champion, DJ Khaled, 2 Chainz, Tom Brady. The list goes on and on. It was really dope. Tyler Hero was there. The OG, Udonis Haslem, was in the building. It was just really cool to see some people that I knew, some people that I didn't know. Yeah. Got to meet new people, interview some cool people. So I'm looking forward to the future. And I'm definitely working on, for season 2 of my show, getting some Knicks on the squad. I already have a couple of people who we're working on getting on the schedule. So you guys keep a lookout for that. It's going to be fun.
Let's go. Who else we got here? Russell Whiskey sent a super chat. He says, there's word that Golden State wants Turner. They're in win now mode. They have the assets like Wiseman, Kuminga. We can't outbid them, and we shouldn't. Yeah, and that's what we talked about. You know, Ash, when you were saying, you know, would the Pacers take, you know, any type of package that the Knicks would be willing to offer? Like I said, I think there's contenders out there that can probably offer a better package. Golden State being one of them. You know, they got a bevy of young talent right now. They got Kuminga. They got Moses Moody sitting on the bench. You know, they got they got Poole. They have who's the guy that dunked on JaVale McGee badly. You know, Juan Toscano Anderson. You know, they got some players, man, that they'd be willing to part with. So Golden State's gonna be dangerous. I think they're gonna win it all anyway. Who else? Super chats. We Them Boys says that 30-year-old French man is stealing from us. Oh, man.
First of all, love his handle name. We Them Boys.
Oh, whatever, man.
How about them Cowboys? We gonna lock up that division this weekend, baby.
That's the Wiz Khalifa song, man. There ain't no Cowboys, man.
We gonna lock up that division this weekend, baby.
We opened that up.
I stopped watching football a long time ago. 24 seconds. Super chat says Grimes equals Damian Dotson. Hoodies Vintage, I got that
90 seconds.
Salute to Hoodies Vintage. Let me just hang up on the phones real quick. I did a good job as usual. Shout out to Brandel Perez. Says Fournier giving me Joe Kim Noah vibes. Oof, they going in on Fournier tonight. Joshua B says he's got no bag, but got a bag from us. That's a bar. Yeah, shout out to my guy earlier. Yeah, that was a bar. Yeah. Shout out to Go 6 Straight, $10 super chat says Knicks starting lineups has no rhythm, and the only point guard capable of dictating pace and rhythm, Rose, is coming off the bench, usually down double digits and clearly tired of it. Well, you and Rose need to take it up with your coach, man. You know, clearly Tibbs has a reason for not wanting to put him in there. I don't know. Josh says, yo, let Julito rant the whole hour. Yeah, I was ready to put Julito on the show. He said it was a bit too last minute, so we couldn't get him on. But yeah, we'll get Julito back on here, man. Great call to kick things off. Tisaya sends a Australian super chat. Says Rose needs to run the offense when he's on the floor. I thought he did that tonight. Through Hoops says $5 super chat says our players are all ball dominant that are adjusting their game to play with Randall. Our best off-ball player is Obi, and his leash is short. Kareem Grant, super chat, says, and just like that, it's like the Knicks versus Nuggets all over again. I'll blame the baby on this one. I guess, SMH. Kenny Gale says, is that Ashley back with us delinquents? Julius been in New York too long. He learned how to scam. He fleeced us. Man woke up this morning and said everything I did yesterday, I'm not gonna do today. Free Obi. Star Through Hoops says, I want to see the kids. Tibbs stick with the rotations that are not working for too long. He has to see what we see and make quicker adjustments. Hashtag free the kids. True Story J Super Chat says, Ashley, you wouldn't trade Randall for Simmons?
No. Did y'all see what Simmons did in the playoffs?
Ben Simmons.
At least, listen, you can say a lot about Julius, but he's never afraid to shoot the ball. All right. So I'm just saying, he may chuck it up, but he'll shoot. I can appreciate that.
Shout out to the Gooch. $5 super chat says Amnesty Fournier. Oof. Damn. Killing him out there. Killing him out here, CK. And Brandon Perez again says RJ Fournier, Mitch, and picks for Ingram and Valanciunas. Man, Valanciunas is back, man. There's a rebirth of Valanciunas. Y'all better put some respect on that man's name. He's killing right now. But yeah, great show. Salute to everybody in the chat one last time. Hit that thumbs up button for your squad. Remember, the show's presented by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Remember also that this show is available in audio podcast format. So if you miss it live, you missed it on video, you could always catch it in audio podcast format, all the major podcast platforms. If you're an Apple Podcast listener, please leave us a review on the show. It would definitely take us a long way, so we appreciate you guys. Also, join the mailing list. You know, I always say every once in a while, it's very important for you guys to maintain, for us to maintain your contacts. You never know what happens with YouTube. One day there might not be a YouTube, so we need your contacts to keep in touch. and let you guys know what we got going on, and you know, any type of updates and such. So make sure you guys are signing up for the mailing list. The link is in the video description below. Yeah, man, tough night. More better days ahead, man. I got another announcement for you guys coming up probably tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Friday, hey, we may have a return of somebody else, man. You know, we're slowly getting our people back. We snatched Ash away from Hollywood just for one night. Might have some others coming back, so stay tuned. Friday night, Knicks versus Raptors, post game live. CP Ashley Moore, CK2K. We out of here. Peace.